Time to review one of my favorite movies to watch on Halloween, Trick or Treat. A trip back to the 80s when the goal was to excite and entertain, but not torment you. It's the type of movie you can watch with anyone, whether it's a date or your kid. I know this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but I really didn't expect Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat to be as good as it was. Not only was this Dougherty's featured directorial debut, but it's a film that tells 4 different stories intermingled into one. For most, this would mean instant disaster. For Dougherty, it means instant cult classic. Treat takes a place in an unnamed town, All Hallows Eve Halloween, where all 4 groups of people all have their own unique, yet terrifying story to tell. One follows Dylan Bakers and his son, who have too much fun with trick-or-treaters. Then Anna Paquin and her friends lure a bunch of guys to the forest for a night of partying. All the while, a group of kids are taking pumpkins to the site of a bus crash where the spirits of the dead are said to be haunting. And lastly, an old bittered man gets visited by a costumed boy who teaches him the seriousness of the holiday. For quite a while, Dougherty was trying to get this film off of the artwork and into the theaters for a long time now. And in 2007, it was worth the wait. The best way to describe Trick or Treat is that it reminds me of the live-action Nightmare Before Christmas, or a film that takes into the same world and completely unnerving, especially the final creature who tortures the old man. The gorgeous set design only added to the atmosphere of the film, really bringing this artist's vision to life. Welcome to Michael Dougherty's world. Dougherty's screenplay was extremely well written as the conversations were realistic and there wasn't a single taste of cheese to be found. It was all sweet as sugar. Not only was he able to mingle together 4 intricate stories into one featured film without breaking into segments like The Creepshow, but he also threw in homage after homage to some of our favorite old horror movies like Evil Dead 2 and The Thing. The only flaw was that this movie was extremely ambitious, a tad bit overwhelming and confusing at early points in the film, but once things started to flow, it was all cherry from then on out. The film ends extremely strong and I can hear the audience soaking it in. When I saw this movie in 2007, the audience were screaming, laughing, jumping, chattering, and hooting as the final scenario unfolds. The audience was very representational of the type of film this truly was. In short, Trick or Treat is fun. It's a trip back to the 80s when the goal was to excite and entertain, but not torment you. Trick or Treat is fun. It's not overly violent or too funny. As Goldilocks says, it's just right. This is the type of a film that will ensure you forget about all your worries and will captivate you until the very end. Maybe even bring back the spirit of the holiday, which feels long lost. Trick or Treat gets a 9 out of 10. This is a must-watch for anybody, and this movie desperately needs a sequel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.